Yes, it's very nice to be here. Before I start properly, I do like to warn people in the audience that I do swear on stage. I do talk about sex, talk about bodily functions, things like that. People are shuffling their chairs away already. Is that just too much? Oh, it's sex time, we better shuffle our chairs a bit closer. That's right, I realise there are some men in the audience can't afford to buy porn, have to come to comedy clubs on the off chance a woman might say cunt. You're in luck. Good for you, gentlemen. Now, I do like to warn people, because sometimes people do get a bit funny, especially when you're a woman. And if there is anybody in the audience tonight who is upset or offended by anything I say, good. That is the only reason I talk about these things after all. I'm a very lonely and insecure person. Any emotional response I can force out of a room full of strangers just makes me feel a bit more important. So I'm just pleased to be out of the house and dressed, basically. Nice to be wearing something other than a dressing gown of a Saturday night, I find. I'm over 35, I'm talking to people, not cats. It's a fucking miracle as far as I'm concerned. I'm just pleased to be out. I just like the attention. Any kind of attention I can get. It can be laughter, hatred, the moving of chairs, whatever. Even staring is good, it reminds me of school. Whatever you want to do. Yes, I did have these teeth at school, and my head was a lot smaller then. It was tragic. So, never understand why they get a laugh, but it always does, bless you. So, it is nice being here. I am genuinely very insecure, that's true. I think that's one of the main reasons that I became a slut. I am a slut. Don't let the quirky t-shirt fool you. I find it's not what you wear that is the true mark of a slut, it's how quickly it comes off. After all, nobody cares what you look like when all they can see is the top of your head. So, I can't believe you took a while to get that, Chester. Oh, we're from Chester, we don't do blowjobs, we just watch Hollyoaks, that's enough sex for us. We go, oh, don't we look lovely on the telly? So, yes, no, I kind of came out of the slut closet when I got to about 30, started to admit to it, started thinking, no, I don't care what people think about me anymore. You know, thinking I'm not doing anything wrong here, not hurting anybody. You know, it itches sometimes, but not actual pain. Why not? Go for it. Because when I was younger, I was very sensitive about what people thought about me. I think you are when you're younger. You know, like in my 20s, I was always saying to people, oh, whatever you've heard about me really isn't true, and please don't spread the rumours you've heard about me, they're just not true. And then people kept finding me under their dads. So I had to kind of hold my hands up. Well, you have to hold your hands up, they're old, you don't want to touch them. So, because a lot of my friends, you know, were having children, they're getting to that age, and because I had a baby just over a year ago, which a lot of people don't believe. You know, I do gigs and people come up to me after gigs and they say, oh, you know, we don't believe you've recently had a baby, you don't look to me like someone who's recently had a baby. And I say, that's because you can't see my vagina. That looks like I had a baby on Tuesday. Second degree tears I had. Second degree tears, ladies. You look young and carefree. Have you had children? No. Second degree tears is alright. It's better than third degree tears. At least I've still got a separate vagina and anus. So we're winning. Do you know what? It wasn't so much the tears that upset me, really, which I know sounds completely batty to any woman that hasn't had children here. Because in some that have, because you know, as an adult woman from about the age of 12 to the point you give birth, all you're scared of is please don't let me tear when I have a child. It's just, you think we're thinking about chocolate and shoes. No, it's please don't let me tear. Please, God, don't let me tear. And please don't let me have an episiotomy. Do you know what an episiotomy is, sir? So they get a big pair of scissors, cut you open because you're not big enough. Right? Please. And it's never going to happen to a man, is it? Never just in the course of their normal life is anyone ever going to come up to you with a big pair of scissors and cut your cock in half. You know, I'll probably be tempted by the end of the gig, but not as a normal part of your life. You men can never fucking complain about anything ever. Oh, I'm feeling a bit peaky today, I don't really want to do the washing up. No one's ever going to come with a big pair of scissors, cut your fucking cock in half. So never complain. So anyway, so I did tear, but it wasn't really the tears that upset me, because that's what they never tell you. Nobody ever tells you all these years of being scared. Nobody ever says that tearing is nothing compared to having to look after the little fucker for the rest of its life. Okay? What upset me, this is completely word for word true, what upset me was overhearing the midwives saying to each other, oh, the trainees left her a bit ragged. That's true. That's the first sentence I heard after congratulations. Swings and roundabouts say. Neither of which I can use anymore. So, I'm 37, I don't need to have sex anymore. It's given me a great excuse for not shaving my legs for over a year, because you're not going to trim the garden path to the Amityville House of Horror. I really miss getting really dressed up. That really stops once you have a small child. I never get to wear high heels. Normally I'm pushing a pram. I don't get to wear mini skirts. I'm always picking stuff up. And I can't wear a Wonder bra. And I'd love to wear a push-up bra, because basically I've got new breasts. Since breastfeeding, my bra size has gone up by 2 cup sizes. Now I know what you're thinking if you've not seen me before. 2 cup sizes, what were you, a man? That's why I'm still breastfeeding. This is all I've ever had. I'm not giving these puppies up without a struggle. Okay? We're carrying on. She's almost a year and a half. I'm not fucking stopping. Okay? They're going to have to make documentaries about me. I'm not stopping. The only thing filling this bra is milk. Once she stops, I have to go back to a life of men accidentally checking out my shoulder blades. Okay? I'm still breastfeeding at nearly a year and a half. I'm proud of it. I'm not saying it was easy, it's fucking hard. If any of the women in here have had children, I don't know how many of you breastfeed. Does anybody tell you how fucking hard breastfeeding is? No, never. They tell you, oh, it's hard giving birth. Never. They say, oh, it's a breeze, it's the most natural thing in the world. Yes, that's why you have to get them in a fucking headlock. That's why. It's fucking hard. They have seminars now. I don't know how long ago you gave birth. They have seminars to encourage women to breastfeed. 4-hour-long seminars. They spend 3 hours telling you that if you give your child formula, it will get asthma, eczema, and death. Right? And then they spend 1 hour showing you this video where they have these fat, lolling babies who've obviously had their jaw muscles sliced open up. And they have them gliding towards large-bosomed women who happily chat and drink coffee while suckling their young. And you're thinking, oh, that's lovely, that'll be me. And then 2 weeks later, you're sitting in a hospital bed, basically wrestling with what can only be described as a screaming salami in a Tigger outfit. Nobody fucking tells you how fucking hard it is. Nobody tells you that if you get them in the wrong position, they suck open the top of your nipple. Nobody tells you that. But I carried on. I breastfeed. And when you breastfeed, inevitably I end up breastfeeding in public, which is a very strange experience. I find the phrase in itself quite strange, breastfeeding in public. It sounds very purposeful. Sounds like you were at home and the baby started crying and you thought, quick, where's the nearest bus shelter? It's not like that. You just happen to be out, it happens to be lunchtime, and it's never comfortable. It's never something you look forward to. You're never thinking, oh great, I can get my tits out in the pub, won't have to go to Napa. It's not like that. You just get on with it, you just do what you got to do. And it is a head fuck, it is a very strange experience. I'm quite a shy person about my body. I've never even taken my top off on the beach, and now they're out in McDonald's. It is a strange experience. I have a job where every now and then men shout out, show us your tits. And I have to tell them to fuck off, but really, I'm unjustified. Because all you have to do is find me in a coffee shop tomorrow, they'll be out. They'll be being licked, frankly, it's a better show. I've only ever had one person get really upset with me, and I was breastfeeding in KFC, which I know I was asking for trouble, but it was an industrial estate, there was nowhere else. I was breastfeeding in KFC, and this woman started to cry because she didn't want her children to see what I was doing. And I said, why? Are you worried they'll want a nutritious meal for a change? Pushed her pram away from me, because this is a true story, this really happened. Well, it's true she spoke to me, it's not true I answered her back, so I would have got a smack in the face. But as she pushed the pram away from me, she had a copy of The Sun tucked into the hood of the pram, which this woman to me just illustrates the entire British attitude towards breastfeeding, basically. She's like, The Sun and the Star, that's good, healthy family entertainment. Breastfeeding, bit pervy and weird. Isn't it meant to be the other way around? That's a bit like saying to somebody, well, you eat cucumbers? Weird, I stick them up my arse like a normal person. I do have to rush home, we have to get in the car, I've got to go back home and breastfeed my daughter, which I know is what you're all thinking. It's always a bit awkward actually doing gigs like this, because when you're breastfeeding, you're kind of controlled by your breasts a bit, and it's always a bit awkward when I'm performing if there's somebody in the front row who basically is bald, and kind of no hair, smiling at me, and I'm looking at you, and my breasts are just going, it's a baby.